The words hit harder than any slap. Go sleep on the street. Her voice echoed in the small hallway, trembling with fury but cold, too cold. My wife, Alina, stood with her arms crossed, her face pale under the warm light of our living room. I stared at her, half expecting a smirk, some flicker of regret, but there was none. Only finality. You're serious? I asked, my voice a thin thread of disbelief. Dead serious, she said, her tone flat. You've been impossible lately. You think this house revolves around you. Go cool off somewhere else. I waited for her to say I don't mean it, but she didn't. She just turned away, grabbed her phone and started typing. That sound, the soft click of her nails on glass, was the first red flag I'd ignored for months. I picked up my jacket from the chair. Fine, I muttered. My throat was burning. The weight of humiliation settled in. I opened the door, the night air biting my face. Don't come back until you can act like a man, she said sharply. The door slammed. I stood outside, the street lamp flickering above me, the wind carrying the faint hum of someone's TV. It was surreal. Married 5 years, and now I was the man with nowhere to go. Across the street, my neighbor Clara was watering her plants. She looked up startled. Sam, are you okay? I tried to laugh it off. Just needed some air. But she saw through it, she always did. Clara was the quiet kind, soft-spoken, with eyes that noticed everything. She turned off the hose and walked over, her robe swaying in the breeze. It's freezing. Come inside, she said gently. I hesitated. No, it's fine. I'll walk. But my voice broke on the last word. She smiled faintly. Don't be stupid. You look like you haven't eaten or slept. Come on. I'll make you some tea. Inside, her house felt like stepping into another world. Soft lighting. Lavender candles. The scent of something freshly baked. Everything was quiet, peaceful. Nothing like the chaos in my head. She handed me a mug, then sat across from me. You two fought again. Yeah, I whispered. This time she told me to leave. Clara nodded slowly. I'm sorry. She's been different lately. My eyes flicked up. Different. She looked away. Forget I said that. The tea was warm but the words froze me. I'd noticed it too. Alina's distance, her sudden late-night calls, her new perfume. But every time I brought it up she'd snap. You're paranoid. I'd believed her. God help me, I'd believed her. Decide. I don't know what's happening to us. Clara leaned forward, her hand brushing mine. You don't deserve that, Sam. You're good. The touch lingered. For a second I felt something shift in the air, a dangerous tenderness. I pulled my hand back, my chest tightening. I should go, I said quickly. She frowned. Where will you sleep? I'll figure something out. But before I could stand, thunder cracked outside, followed by a sudden downpour. She laughed softly, almost sadly. Looks like fate made the decision for you. That night I slept on her couch. Or rather, I tried to. The rain tapped against the windows, steady and rhythmic. My mind refused to quiet down. Every moment replayed in loops. Alina's anger, her words, Clara's concern. Around midnight I heard voices outside. Name. Lena's voice. I peeked through the curtain. She stood in the driveway, her phone pressed to her ear. I said he's gone, don't worry, she hissed, glancing around nervously. You can come over. The words sliced through me. Froze. My pulse thundered in my ears. You can come over. My first instinct was denial. Maybe she was talking to her brother. Or her coworker. No. I knew that tone. That secretive softness she'd never used with me anymore. I stepped back, the room spinning. Clara, who'd come downstairs in her robe, caught my expression. Sam, what is it? She's not alone tonight. My voice trembled. She told me to leave so someone else could come. Clara's face softened, full of pity. Sam. But I couldn't listen. I grabbed my keys, ignoring her protests. Rain soaked me as soon as I stepped outside, but I didn't care. I crossed the street, heart pounding like a drum. Through the living room window I saw her, my wife, laughing. Her hair down, wine in hand. And then him. Mark. Coworker I'd met twice. The same man she'd said was like a brother. My breath caught. She reached for him, her hand resting on his chest. He leaned in. Their lips met. The world blurred. I stumbled back, nearly tripping over the curb. I wanted to scream, to pound on the glass, to ask why. But I didn't. I just stood there, rain running down my face, mixing with the salt of something I didn't want to name. I turned and walked away. When I got back to Clara's house, she didn't ask. She just handed me a towel and whispered, "I'm so sorry." I sat there, drenched, shaking, the sound of rain muffling the ache inside me. "You were right," I said quietly. "She's been different." Clara didn't answer. She just sat beside me, silent, like she knew words would only make it worse. Hours passed. The storm calmed. The house felt heavier. I closed my eyes, replaying the image again and again, each time cutting deeper. When dawn came, I stood to leave. Clara followed me to the door. "Sam, what will you do?" I managed a hollow smile. "Give her what she wanted." She frowned. "Which is freedom." I walked back across the street, the pavement glistening with the morning rain. The door was unlocked. Inside, the wine glasses still sat on the table. He was gone. She wasn't. Alina stood there, startled. "Sam." I cut her off. "You don't need to explain. You made your choice." Her eyes welled up. "Please let me." "Don't," I said firmly. "You told me to go sleep on the street. I found a bed elsewhere." Her lips parted, but she couldn't speak. For the first time she looked small. Weak. I grabbed my suitcase, the one still by the stairs from last month's trip. I didn't pack. Didn't take anything. Just left. When I closed the door behind me, I felt something break. But it wasn't me this time. It was the illusion of who we'd been. As I walked down the street, the morning sun broke through the clouds. And for the first time in months, I didn't look back. She said, "Go sleep on the street." I did. And somehow, that's where I finally found my peace.